Hi all, and welcome to lesson number 30, Common Mistakes in Chess, Example Game 2. In lesson 29, Example Game 1, we have seen a number of typical mistakes. One typical type of mistake that stood out was that both parties frequently forgot to maximize the activity of their pieces. Now in this game it is another type of mistake that stands out more. It's the passive reactive defense to being attacked. In almost all cases in this game, it could have been replaced by a counterattack instead of retreating, interposing, or protecting, for instance. Now, even though mathematically the differences in evaluation between the different defensive methods may not be so great, the main purpose of these lessons is to train your correct mental attitude. This particular game was a live chess.com game played between a student of mine nicknamed Bussy29 with the white pieces and someone nicknamed RDAA. Okay, here we go. My student opened up the game with e4 and both sides follow mainline theory of the Caro-Kann defense for a number of moves. These are all well-known moves. This is the Karpov variation with knight d7. It prepares to bring out the knight to f6. Now there is a trade on f6, bishop c4, bishop f5, knight e5 attacking f7, e6 protecting, bishop g5 and bishop e7. Okay, now at this particular moment my student commits the first mistake of the game. He plays g2, g4. Now this is a mistake for three reasons. We could also say this move comprises three common types of mistake, and they're all combined in one single move. Now the first reason is that the move g2, g4 does not aim to finish the opening. Most importantly, white is leaving his king in the center. Secondly, this move is creating unnecessary weaknesses. I have pointed out some square weaknesses here that are permanently weak because of the fact that obviously the g2 pawn cannot be moved back to g2, but also, and please note, these bishops on c4 and g5 are unprotected, and also the king is open to a check on this diagonal. So obviously, if you don't bring your king into safety and it will remain in the middle, that it can be a target for attack. Okay, it would have been better for my student to replace this move, g2, g4, with, for instance, c2, c3, to block that diagonal towards the king, or just to simply castle and try to finish the opening as quickly as possible. All that would really remain for him to do would be to give his queen a function and to connect the white rooks. And well, black also has almost finished the opening, but white has a small space advantage and can maybe work with that a little bit. Okay, so now it was his opponent's turn to move, and after g2, g4, black played here bishop e4. And this can actually be considered mistake number 2. And the reason why this move is a mistake is that it is a reactive and passive defense to the attack on the bishop. If we go back one move, we could see that obviously with this move, white is attacking the black bishop, right? So black is being attacked, but his general attitude throughout the game, and the same holds true for white in this game, is that both sides tend to react passive, reactive to an attack. In this case, it would have been much stronger to grab the bull by the horns, and instead of retreating the bishop to e4 and losing time, it was possible for black to instead